Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing fantastically well. So Sunday, it's time to relax. It's also that time that I can get a chance to look back at all of my trading on the week, do a quick analysis, see how I've actually performed, and hopefully set the goals and the performance for next week so I can actually improve. Again, it's been a fantastic week overall. I'll go through each of my prop firm challenges and tell you where I am. And I can also go through all of the financials for this year because the actual January's closed. I can't believe we're in February already. Where is this year flying by? So let's show you how much actual profit I've made from trading this year. So start with Blue Guardian. I actually, as you know, got funded last week with them. I went through all of the KYC, signed all the contracts, and by Wednesday, I got all of the new account details through. Now, my primary goal when getting funded with any prop firm is the first month make a profit, get to a withdrawal point. Because as we know with all the prop firm challenges, what you end up doing is when you pay for it, you are eligible for a refund of your challenge fees when you actually make a successful withdrawal. The problem with a lot of traders out there is they get funded, they go straight into thinking they're going to make $1 million in the first month and end up in a drawdown and never recover, end up actually a lot of the time losing their funded accounts. So for me, the first goal is to actually get a profit, and I can actually now say that I've actually been quite successful on that point. I've actually got to 1.9% overall. So let's have a quick look at the dashboard and the profit split, see how I'm doing. So we can see here on the dashboard for Blue Guardian, once I got the account, I did a few trades over the week and actually ended up at 1.89% profit overall. We've still got the same overall drawdown, same 4% maximum daily loss and overall 8% loss. So I'm still making sure I'm sticking to those very, very religious risk management rules. And it's interesting now, if we go to the profit share, this is also the key thing to see, is that after 2 weeks, I can actually make a withdrawal. So my first withdrawal is going to be on the 14th of February. And currently with an 85% profit split, I'm eligible for $1,611. So I can see Blue Guardian's going in the right direction and now eligible for a profit split and therefore my refund. I probably won't trade that account over the next week or so, just to make sure that I don't get into a drawdown and start losing those profits. Because ultimately, a $1,600 withdrawal is far better than nothing. FTMO also been very successful. I managed to complete the phase 1 of the challenge, got the details for phase 2, and actually made a cracking start to that before having a few bits of a drawdown and a bit of disaster towards the end of the week. But overall, it's actually not that bad. I think I can recover and pass it this week. So let's have a quick look at the dashboard and I'll show you what I'm doing on FTMO. So we can see on the dashboard here, we've got the first phase of the challenge as passed. And if we look at the metrics for the phase 2, I currently have $3,289 of balance, but unfortunately I've got a few trades running at the moment, we're actually in a negative. So overall, when I look at the actual percentage, I'm only 1.8% up. I need a target of 5% here to actually get that one. So I'm not far off it. I just need to make sure the trades I've got come good. If you look at the daily profits on these, start off pretty good with a 1.5%. Again, just literally plugging away, 0.6%, nearly 1% on the final day. And Friday, just a few little trades there just to get over. But unfortunately, the main ones are running in a loss. Now, what I did with FTMO was actually on the Friday, we had the non-farm payroll data came out, and we'll see there was a massive drop on all of the currency pairs, a huge drop of almost a 1% drop off. And if we look at the higher time frames as an example, especially on GBP USD, we can see that we are very much in a range bound scenario. We can go to the 4 hour, we can see literally prices drop right down to a point of, I would say, value, where we're likely to get more buyers come in and prices recover back up to just over the 1.27 mark. So again, we've got a 100 pips profit potentially on there. So although I am in a loss of sort of 0.5% on a lot of these trades, I do believe they're going to come good this week. So personally, I wouldn't run trades over a weekend, over a long period. I'm trying to get away from that and actually close down either on a Friday night or at the end of each day. But because I got in a bit of a disastrous trade on those, got into a bit of a drawdown, I do believe that fundamentally we're in the zone where the prices will start to come up. I will monitor those trades closely. With the weekends, there's always a risk of gapping, but I'm keeping an eye on the news, making sure there's nothing disastrous coming in, and I will be around up until when the markets open at 10, 11 o'clock on the UK time on Sunday night. So if they are really, really bad, I'll close them out to make sure my risk does not break any of my parameters, and I'm still overall in profit by 1.5%, 2% on the actual account. So I'm looking good to hit that 5% this week, providing they all come good. I'm going to sit back and do no trading and let them all come back to my profit targets. My final prop firm I'm working with is Overview Funding Plus, and my payout day was the 2nd of February, so that's last Friday. Fortunately, they did come good. I was on the main reason for getting payments with those guys is getting the trader value score below 25%. I was actually down at 18%, so eligible for a payout. I had to email them first thing in the morning to say, congratulations, you've actually achieved a profit of just over 3.5%, I believe it was. 40% target of that, I was getting a payout. And then when I do the conversion back from dollars into sterling, I got a payout of just over £1,058. And I'll put a receipt on the screen to prove that actually the money did come into my bank account. So great, they paid the same day, no issues at all with Overview Funding. The problem with that as a prop firm is you've got to be very diligent actually on the daily values and the profits you record, and make sure you get to the end of the month on the payout with their trader value score. For me, that's just a salary, that's just one of the things that can come through. I will take that money, I will spend that, I'll enjoy using that as a reward for the month, and then as I get payouts from the other prop firms, that's when that starts going to the wealth creation and reinvesting back into the business of trading. And the business of trading, what I want to talk about next is my overall profits and loss for the entire year. It's really key to keep accurate records of what we've spent and what profits we've got coming in. So as always, I've got a great Excel spreadsheet. I'll have a quick look at those and show you what my overall spend for the year is and what my profits are. So with this real simple spreadsheet, I've recorded my outgoings, my incomes, and therefore the overall summary for the year. Now this year I've paid out challenges for Blue Guardian. That equated to around about £315 by the time I've applied the 20% discount code. FTMO challenge as well, worked out at £425. I was lucky enough to get a 10% discount code at the end of last year, beginning of this year, so therefore it made it a bit cheaper. And also I've bought some software on my Mac PC that allows me to run MetaTrader. So again, I have to cover that cost from my trading. It's actually a trading tool, so therefore I've also spent £60 on that. So overall this year, I have spent out £801.24. Now we get to the income. This is where it's actually looking pretty good. From Overview Funding Plus, I've received £1,053. I got that paid on the 2nd of February. And if we take the projection of what I'm looking to get from Blue Guardian, if I do no more trading over the next 2 weeks, then they will pay me out $1,611. That equates currently to £1,268. And also a refund fee, the same sort of thing. I've done a conversion from US dollars to British pounds. So looking to get an overall income in February of £2,637. Now what that doesn't take into account is if I'm able to carry on with Blue Guardian and get another payout 2 weeks after, I'll then be eligible for another payout within February as well. So hopefully February is going to be a pretty good month and I can really end this month strong. So overall, when you look at the summary of that, for the entire year, we can see that yes, I've spent out in January £741, 2,637 is coming in February, and therefore I've got an overall profit this year of £1,800. Not bad going for just over a month of the year, and hopefully things will really start accelerating as I go through February, March, April on the 2 funded accounts I'm likely to have, and then really start to expand, get some more funded accounts from the middle of the year. So at the end of the year, really pushing those profits higher and for a much better funded life. So hopefully you can see that with a bit of dedication, really following the rules, it is possible to get funded in, I would say, a relatively short period of time. I've done this particular challenge count in 1 month and I'm nearly funded on a second one. Probably I could have been funded on both of these a little bit quicker, but I'm not in no rush. I'm not stressing about this. I'm not worried about the overall outcome of where the profits are going to come in. I'm just managing my risk, doing the same things over and over each day, following my rules and sticking to my overall plan of multiple funded accounts, multiple income streams, and fantastic riches by the end of this year. And as always, I will share this journey, the good and the bad, all of the ups and the downs, so you can follow along, hopefully get inspiration to do the same things yourselves. But as always, make sure you are managing your risk and don't get into any situations that you can't handle. So thanks for watching this week, and I'll catch you again soon with hopefully a lot more good news. Cheers.